शुरू करूँ तो मैं केर को नयावासी भाई करें। आज के बाल भजन संध्या कार्यक्रम में आर्य समाज, आर्यवीर वीरांग दल अजमेर राजस्थान, जय गुरुदेव चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट चेन्नई तमिलनाडु की तरफ से आप सबका स्वागत है। इंद्रिय बाल भजन संध्या कार्यक्रमத்தில் आर्य समाज, आर्यवीर वीरांग दल अजमेर राजस्थान, जय गुरुदेव चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट चेन्नई தமிழ்நாடு சார்பாக உங்க எல்லாருக்குமே வணக்கம். முதலில் காயத்ரி மகா மந்திர ஜாப் 3 தடவை எல்லாருமே அவங்க வீட்ல உட்கார்ந்துட்டு மைக்க अनम्यूट பண்ணி பாடுங்க. 3 बार गायत्री महामंत्र जाप बोलेंगे अपने अपने घर पे बैठ के, और उसका गायत्री मंत्र का मूल अर्थ यही है कि जिस परमात्मा ने हमें बनाया, हमें आज तक बचा के रखा दुनिया में, वो खुशियों का भंडार है, हमारे दुखों को दूर करने वाले हैं, हमारे पापों से हमें छुटकारा देने वाले हैं, और हम उनसे प्रार्थना करते हैं कि हमें हमारी बुद्धि को सन्मार्ग में हमेशा चलाए. இந்த காயத்ரி மகாமந்திர பொருள் இந்த கடவுள் எல்லாரையும் படிச்சிருக்காரு, இந்த மினிட் வரையும் காப்பாத்துறாரு. அவர் சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு. சந்தோஷத்தை தவிர கடவுளுக்கு எதுவுமே இல்லை. அவர் நம்மளுடைய பிரச்சனைகள் தீர்க்கிறவர், நம்மளுடைய பாவங்கள் சுமையை தீர்க்கிறவர். அவரை பிரார்த்தனை பண்ண கடவுளே நம்மளுக்கு நல்ல அறிவு கொடு, அந்த மார்க்கத்தில் நடக்கணும், நம்ம நல்ல மார்க்கத்தில் நடந்துட்டு நம்ம வாழ்க்கை நல்லபடியா நடக்கணும். आइए इस गायत्री महामंत्र के जरिए हम उस परमात्मा से बुद्धि मांगे. ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ओम शांति शांति शांति. पहले आइए भजन प्रस्तुत करें. पहले मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा माता रजनी राम जी को कि वो अपना भजन प्रस्तुत करें.
जीवन की दरिया गिरदा न कोए, ओम जपो हरि ओम जपो, ओम जपो हरि ओम जपो. ओम ही जग का सार है, जीवन है जीवन आधार है. प्रीति न उसकी मन से कहो जोड़ो, ओम जपो हरि ओम जपो. जीवन की घड़ियां गिरदा न को, ओम जपो हरि ओम जपो. सोला है यह कर्म का अरे तू सौदा धर्म का, तोला यही है कर्म का, पहले तू सौदा धर्म का, इसके बिना ना कोई मत। ओम जपो हरि ओम जपो, जीवन की घड़ियां गुजरना को। ओम जपो हरि ओम जपो, माना की गति मन की गति संभालिए, ईश्वर की ओर जाए। मन की गति संभालिए, ईश्वर की ओर जाए। तू नाद गाए मन को भिगोए, ओम जपो हरि ओम जपो, जीवन की घड़ियां गुजरना को। ओम जपो हरि ओम। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद। अब आप रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे बहन बिंदिया जी को कि वो भजन प्रस्तुत करें। बिंदिया जी, you can start your bhajan. Can you hear me? Please start.
हाँ।
Switch on your video.
दुनिया से हाँ, वीडियो नहीं चल रहा है।
बताओ भजन वीडियो ऑन करो।
Can you hear?
Yes, we can hear. Switch on your video. Yes, we can hear you. Sing. Please sing.
वीडियो ऑन है।
नहीं, वीडियो ऑन नहीं है।
वीडियो ऑन है।
Okay, sing.
क्लियर नहीं है। अभी क्लियर है।
Yes.
ठीक है।
गायो।
दुनिया से मैं हारा तो आया तेरे द्वार, दुनिया से मैं हारा तो आया तेरे द्वार। यहाँ पे जो मैं हारा कहाँ जाऊँ मैं सरकार, यहाँ पे मैं हारा हूँ मैं सरकार। दुनिया से जो हारा तो आया तेरे द्वार, यहाँ से जो मैं हारा कहाँ जाऊँगा सरकार। सुख में कभी न तेरी याद है आई, सुख में कभी न तेरी याद है आई, दुख में प्रभु तुझसे प्रीत लगाई, दुख में प्रभु तुझसे प्रीत लगाई। सारा दोष मेरा मैं करता हूँ स्वीकार, सारा दोष मेरा मैं करता हूँ स्वीकार। यहाँ सदर जो हारा कहाँ जाऊंगा सरकार, यहाँ सदर जो हारा कहाँ जाऊंगा सरकार। सब कुछ गवाया मैंने बस लाज बची है, सब कुछ बचाया मैंने सब लाज बची है। तुझ पे कन्हैया मेरी आस बंधी है, तुझ पे कन्हैया मेरी आस बंधी है। सुना है तुम सुनते हो हम जय रहे हो, हम जैसों की पुकार। यहाँ से दर जो हारा कहाँ जाऊंगा सरकार, यहाँ से दर जो हारा कहाँ जाऊंगा सरकार। मेरा तो क्या है मैं तो पहले से हारा, मेरा तो क्या है मैं तो पहले से हारा। तुझसे ही पूछेगा ये संसार सारा, तुझसे ही पूछेगा ये संसार सारा। डूब गई क्यों नैया तेरे रहते पालनहार, डूब गई क्यों नैया तेरे रहते पालनहार। यहाँ से घर जो हारा कहाँ जाऊंगा सरकार। यहाँ से घर जो हारा जिसको बताया मैंने अपना फसाना। जिसको बताया मैंने अपना फसाना। सबने बताया मुझको तेरा ठिकाना। सबने बताया मुझको तेरा ठिकाना। सब कुछ छोड़ के आके आए तेरे दरबार। सब कुछ छोड़ के आके आए तेरे दरबार। यहाँ से घर जो हारा कहाँ जाऊंगा सरकार। यहाँ से घर जो हारा कहाँ जाऊंगा सरकार।
Your video is coming off and on, off and on. That video off on होते ठीक है okay. I will before पहले मैं भजन एक गाने से के पहले मैं आपको एक अच्छी एक 4 मिनट की वेरी मोटिवेटिंग वीडियो जो हमारे दुनिया में मशहूर केंटकी फ्राइड चिकन कर्नल सैंडर्स ने खोली थी. कर्नल सैंडर्स வந்து केंटकी फ्राइड चिकन தொடங்கி வச்சார் बिजनेस. उसने बहुत जिंदगी में प्रॉब्लम देखे. 60 साल तक जो भी धंधा किया उसने नुकसान पाया. இந்த மனிதன் வந்து 60 வருஷமா வியாபாரம் பண்ணாரா, எல்லாம் பண்றது நஷ்டமா போச்சு. 61வது வருஷம் 61st year only he starts seeing success in his life. आप बिलीव करो जो बंदा जन्म से ही हारता आया है 60 साल की उम्र तक उसकी मन की दशा क्या होगी நீங்க புரிஞ்சு பாருங்க. 60 வயசு வரைக்கும் அந்த மனிதர் வந்து தோல்வி தவிர லைஃப்ல எதுவுமே பார்த்தது இல்ல. அவரோட மனசு அவரோட கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் லெவல் ரொம்ப கம்மியா இருந்திருக்கும். நீ யோசிச்சு பாருங்க. கர்னல் சாண்டர்ஸ் true life story we will see for a few minutes to get motivated and understand that for anything to happen in our life it is never late. अगर कोई भी बात हमारे साथ होती है उसका कोई टाइम नहीं है, कभी भी हो सकती है. हम हमेशा निराश नहीं होंगे, काम करते जाएंगे जब तक हम अपना गोल अचीव ना करें. லைஃப்ல ஒரு நல்லது நடக்கிற நேரத்துல எந்த நேரத்துல வேணா நடக்கலாம். சோ நம்ம எப்பவுமே நிராஷாவா ஒண்ணுமே முடியாத நேரத்தை உட்கார கூடாது. நம்ம முயற்சி பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கணும் till we achieve the goal. கர்னல் சாண்டர்ஸ் ஒரு லைஃப் ஹிஸ்டரி.
When Colonel Sanders was only 6 years old, his father passed away. Because his mother had to work very hard to provide for the family, she was gone all day, and the young boy was left home to take care of his siblings. So at the age of 6, he started cooking and taking care of the family. And by the age of 7, he was already a skilled cook. When he was 10, he began working on a farm. 2 years later, his mother remarried to a violent man who didn't like the kids. Sanders dropped out of school and at the age of 13 left home and took a job painting horse carriages. At 15, he even joined the US Army. When he was 18, he got married and started a family. He had a son and 2 daughters, but sadly his son died very young, and the marriage fell apart soon after. Colonel Sanders spent the first half of his life working many odd jobs. He was selling insurance, he was selling tires, he was a farmer, steamboat pilot, secretary, lawyer, he was operating a ferry boat, and many other. He was known for not being able to keep a job for a longer period of time, so he was fired very often. So if you think you haven't found your calling yet, it wasn't until the age of 40 that Colonel Sanders began selling his chicken dishes inside a gas station, and his business became more and more popular that it became a 140-seat restaurant. In the next decade, he developed his secret recipe for frying chicken. But at the age of 65, his restaurant went broke, and for the first time in his life, he had to sign for Social Security. So he was 65, retired, and broke. But he never stopped believing in his dream. So he didn't give up. He used his first Social Security check of only $105 and traveled across the United States in search of potential business partners, offering them his secret recipe. It was one of the hardest periods of his life. He was living in his car, surviving with little food, facing rejection after rejection. But giving up was never an option. Colonel Sanders was rejected 1,009 times before his chicken recipe was accepted only once. Soon, Colonel Sanders had 600 franchises selling his Kentucky Fried Chicken, but the company was expanding rapidly, and it became a bit overwhelming for the old Sanders. So he sold his company for $2 million, but remained as a spokesperson. He died at the age of 90. Today, there are over 20,000 KFC outlets around the world. As you can see, he was rejected more than 1,000 times before he sold his recipe, and almost his entire life he failed at every job he tried. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. Most people get disappointed and give up way too soon. They just stop believing they can be successful when they reach a certain age. But that kind of thinking is wrong. It doesn't matter if you're in your 20s or in your 50s. It's not too late for you. You can do the most amazing things if you just believe. And don't dwell on your past failures. They don't determine your future. What if Colonel Sanders gave up when he was living in his car, ashamed, rejected, broke? Thankfully, he believed in himself so much that in his 70s, he became the founder of a billion-dollar brand. So remember, you're never too old to achieve success in life. Believe in your capabilities. You're an endless human being. You're not late. Just start. So, what's your story?
So, India madam, Benji, आपने देखा?
हाँ,
Wasn't it inspiring? Yes or
वीडियो
no?
तो दिखाई नहीं दिया.
Huh?
वीडियो दिखाई नहीं दिया.
Video you could see?
No, I was not able to see.
See, I will repeat it. Actually, when you were singing, your video is going on and off, on and off. My mother could see me. I'll explain to you. Colonel Sanders was a person who invented the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Okay, it's a non-veg dish which you must have heard of. Now, right from a very young age, he lost his father age of 5. So his mother got married to somebody who was very violent, his stepfather. So ultimately, he left his house, and from the 6 years to 15 years, he did everything in life. Polishing shoes, painting horse carriages, selling newspapers, everything. But he was never successful till then. He finally landed up opening up a nice small little kitchen. He was a good cook from childhood. He used to cook very well. So he's landed up taking a small restaurant where he cooked chicken for people who came there for filling their gas in the car and the bikes. He made a lot of money. He was very happy. Suddenly, at the age of 65, when the man retires, his entire business had a big problem and he went bankrupt. He lost all his money. So much so that he had to depend on 105 or 150 US dollars as the security scheme which the US government was giving to people like him. With the first security amount of $105, he started a brand which today is called Kentucky Fried Chicken. That time he was not known. So Kentucky Fried Chicken, this Colonel Sanders invented it after trying the recipe for 1,000 times. 1000 times he was rejected and then he succeeded. So what we learn from Colonel Sanders is, for anything to happen in our life, it is never late. Only thing, we pray God that let him give us the energy that even when we are not succeeding, we should not be frustrated, we should not become dejected, we should not become depressed. Keep working, and one day we will become Colonel Sanders in our business. Today, BAL Bhajan Sandhya for last 3-4 months suddenly is saying, giving so many children go away, hardly anybody. But I have a confidence and the force that this BAL Bhajan Sandhya again will see 15, 20, 30 students more coming and joining it. So I keep working, hoping and praying that this particular platform where Mataji discusses so much, so beautifully about Ramayana, I want children to participate and also benefit. So let us pray God till we succeed. Let us not lose the faith and confidence in ourselves and Him. Let us not feel bad. Let us not feel ashamed that we have failed today, because every failure is taking you closer to your success. Okay? Point understood? Thumbs up? Very good.
Yes.
Very good. Namaskar Mataji.
नमस्ते जी।
अब आप भजन गाओगे?
नहीं, आप गाएं कोई, आपका हो गया भजन?
हाँ ठीक है, मैं गाऊं? ठीक है।
हाँ जी, आप गाइए।
ओके, मैं गाता हूँ। सारे जहां के मालिक तेरा आसरा है, राजी है हम उसी में जिसमें तेरी रजा है। सारे जहां के मालिक तेरा आसरा है, राजी है हम उसी में जिसमें तेरी रजा है। हम क्या बताएं तुझको, सब कुछ तुम्हें खबर है, हर हाल में हमारी तेरी तरफ नजर है। हम क्या बताएं तुझको, सब कुछ तुम्हें खबर है, हर हाल में हमारी तेरी तरफ नजर है। किस्मत है जो हमारी, किस्मत है जो हमारी, जो तेरा फैसला है, राजी है हम उसी में जिसमें तेरी रजा है। सारे जहां के मालिक तेरा आसरा है, राजी है हम में जिसमें तेरी रजा है। हाथों को हम दुआ की कातिल मिलाए कैसे, सजदे में तेरे आकर सिर को झुकाए कैसे। मजबूरियां हमारी, मजबूरियां हमारी सब तू ही जानता है, राजी है हम उसी में जिसमें तेरी रजा है। रोकर कटे या हंस कर कटती है जिंदगानी, तू गम दे या खुशी दे सब तेरी मेहरबानी। तेरी खुशी समझ कर, तेरी खुशी समझ कर सब गम बुला दिया है, राजी है हम उसी में जिसमें तेरी रजा है, सारे जहां के मालिक तेरा ही आसरा है, राजी है हम उसी में जिसमें तेरी रजा है। धन्यवाद। तो अब रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे माता जी, अगर आपको गाने का है तो आप गाइए एक भजन। माता जी
जी
बस आखिरी 5 मिनट है, आप अगर चाहिए तो गा सकते हो, नहीं तो हम सीधा प्रवचन पे चले।
ठीक है। एक छोटा सा भजन।
हाँ।
आवाज बता दीजिएगा, ठीक आ रही है मेरी आवाज?
हाँ, बिल्कुल ठीक आ रही।
ओम भूम 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 ओम भूम 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 भूम। हे प्रभु 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 हे प्रभु। ओम भूम भूम ओम भूम भूम। मैंने पूछा पपीहे से, हे पपीहा, मैंने पूछा पपीहे से, हे पपीहा, तेरा किसके विरह में तड़पे जिया है, लगन में मगन दिल किसको दिया, बोला ईश्वर है मेरा प्यारा प्रभु। ओम भू 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 ओम भू। वही आकाश घन गिरी श्रृंगों में है, वही आकाश घन गिरी श्रृंगों में है, वही पाग तड़ाग विहंगों में है, वही रमा हुआ सब रंगों में है, फूलों में बसी उसकी खुशबू। ओम भू 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 ओम भू। हे प्रभु हे प्रभु हे प्रभु हे प्रभु। भक्ति रस में दयानंद ऐसे बहेया, जन्माया खंड ब्रह्मचारी रहे, देश रक्षा के हित लाखों संकट कहे सहे, मरते मरते भी स्वामी ये कहते गए, तेरी इच्छा हो पूर्ण है प्यारे Om Bho, Om Bho, Om Bho, Om Bho. He Prabhu, 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 He Prabhu.
Very good. तो माता जी प्रश्न करें।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी। आज 5 महायज्ञों पर, 5 यज्ञों पर बात करनी है।
हाँ।
In our culture, yajna takes very important part. Yajna stands very important in our Hindu Vedic culture. You know, our every function, every ceremony is attached with this yajna. But we know that not only this yajna home where we offer our oblations is not the only, this is a yajna. Yajna is every noble action. Every noble deed is called yajna. That is, you have heard this ukti, yajna vai shreshthtamam karma. You have listened this. Yajna vai shreshthtamam karma. Yajna is the best deed, action, or every best action, good action is called yajna. And it includes 3 things, Dev Puja, Sangatikaran and Dan. Dev Puja, worship of the deities, Sangatikaran, unity, union, and the Dan is donation. Where are these 3 things, three activities are included, that work is called yajna.
मतलब
That's why
एक मिनट, एक माता जी, ये एक है 3 एक्टिविटीज, देव पूजा,
देव पूजा,
एंड दूसरा
संगतिकरण,
उसका मतलब
unity, union or adjustment, all these things,
and
dan, donation. And when we talk about these 5 Panch Mahayajna, actually when we see, it is not Maha. Maha means great. By nature, these are not great. But these are referred for every person to be done daily in their routine. These are to think their importance, these are called Panch Mahayajna. We do different kinds of things, activities in our daily life. We cook food, we go here and there, and many other things we do in our life. When we do these things, today we use gas, chula, but in previous time, you know, we use the chula, which is ignited with woods, wood sticks like this. Then many types of worms and insects get burned in there. When we walk, there are killing of many types of insects with our feet. And now we don't use chakki, atta, we don't make floor at our home, but in previous days, in every home, people, grihasti, household person, use all these things. In short, when we use all these things, we do different type of activities. There are the killing of different insects, worms, in knowingly or unknowingly. That it is sin. When we kill any creature, it is called sin, because hinsa, violence. To overcome this hinsa, these 5 yajnas are prescribed for every household person. Okay. for this, when we do some good things, instead of to replace these bad sinful acts, then these are virtues. 5 virtues are referred. These are called 5 Mahayajya. First is the Brahma Yajya. Brahma Yajya is, it includes the gratefulness towards God. We are showing our gratefulness, thankfulness towards the God. God has given many things to us, as we do in meditation. Also, we think about He has created this whole universe for us, for we souls only, for all creatures. He doesn't know. He never needs anything. God is complete. He is full. He is totally satisfied. He needs nothing for him. So he has created all these things, all this universe, all our bodies and different things in this world for us only, not for himself. That's why we should thank him every day. We take breathe. Our breathing is going on every moment. We are not doing any effort for this. We go to sleep. We are doing some work. Now also, this moment also, I'm talking, you are writing and listening, but our breathing is continuously going on. We are not doing any effort, and our heartbeat, all these things, many involuntary activities are going with the help of, running with the help of God, with the system of God. So we should thank him, and we should always remember him because of his mercy, his kindness. So first is the Brahma Yajya. He is controller. He is our protector. He is our controller. He is controller of all this universe. So we should thank him, and by remembering different types of mantras and doing meditation. And so this is called Brahma Yajya. Every person should do this. It is our duty to dedicate, to be devotee of God, to dedicate ourselves, surrender ourselves to him, and be thankful to him. This is the Brahma Yajya. We do meditation and different chanting of different Ved mantras, like Vedic Sandhya is also called Brahma Yajya. Second is the Dev Yajya.
एक मिनट माता जी, एक मिनट. ये अग्निहोत्र भी ब्रह्म यज्ञ में आएगा, हवन?
हाँ, वो देव यज्ञ, वो देव. Next.
Right, माता जी, बोलिए.
Second is the Dev Yajya, that is the Agnihotra, because we are devoted to all these deities, sun, this air, water, all atmosphere, Chandrama, Prithvi, all these things are giving us every moment. And without this, their help, we can't survive. So we are devoted to all these deities. These deities are the non-living deities. Our parents are the deities. Those are living deities, Jad and Chetan. And these deities are, so we are, we have to do something that we, so we may be undevoted to these deities. For this, we give oblation to the in this Agnihotra. We give oblations of different good things. We should buy good things and give the oblation, of not inferior or polluted things, because when we give oblations in the fire, it becomes many it multiplies in many times multiplies. It is the according to science also, never matter never destroys. It changes its shape. When we pour or oblate all these things in the fire, it becomes many multiply in different many times, and it mixed with this atmosphere. We see when there is many spices in our home, but when we don't have their smell. But whenever we put them on the in the hot oil or ghee, there is the smell. How many it spreads in the all the house. So like this, when we put these oblations in the ghee, one ghee with for one person he takes intakes, but the same quantity of ghee gives benefit to the many persons and this atmosphere. For this, it is our duty to do this, and we spread pollution in this air through our carbon dioxide, through our, this breathing, through our feces and urine, all these things. There are sweat and other types of wastage in our body, and we pollute this atmosphere. And so it is our duty to make pure this atmosphere. So with the help of this Devayagya, that is Agnihotra, we pure this atmosphere. We can remove this pollution also with the help of this Devayagya. There are many researches have done in this field, and it is proved that it emanates good beneficial gases with the help. But the things should be good and in good proportion. Third is the Pitri Yajna. Pitri mean parents, our elders. We are also devoted to our elders. It is our duty to serve, respect our parents, our grandparents, who are the elders in our family. We should always serve them. We should always respect them. We should listen their problems. That is why in Hindi or Sanskrit, the word is Seva Sushrusha. Seva means serving them. Shushrusa means to listen their problems, to sit with them and listen or hear them very sympathetically. Many people, their progeny, their son and daughters, they think that their duty is over. If they are serving, they are giving them clothes, they giving them food, but not. You know, who are old, they can feel that sympathy of their children is also necessary. They need their presence also. So all should sit for sometimes with their parents and with their elders and listen their problems, listen their gossips, their their talk, and serve them as they need something. And fourth is the Atithi Yajna. Atithi means guest. Today we think only guests are the Atithis, but it is not. In previous time, Atithi, no Tithi. Yes, yeah. Coming out these those are not definite. Those come at home at random, suddenly, but their coming is not fixed. So we should, in all time, all Vidwan, scholars come to home and they give, they talk about good things. They give lessons to the households. So we should respect them. Or today also, we should invite them who are scholars, who are Vidwan, Muni, Rishi, Sannyasi. We should call them at home and respect them. We should fulfill their needs as left their homes. And fifth is the Bali Vaishya Devi Yajna or Bhoot Yajna. Is that two names, Bali Vaishya Dev and Bhoot Yajna. Bali mean not the killing of some creature. Bali mean the giving food is also called Bali. Vaishya Devs, all. Vaishya mean all deities. And Bhoot Yajna, Bhoot mean also the creatures. It includes that we should give food all the creatures. Our culture is very vast culture. It is not narrow. It not only respects living creatures, human beings, but also all living creatures also. So it is said that old people know that we put first roti for guy, for cow, for crow, for dogs, for other birds and animals. We should give them food, and there should be a part of our food for these creatures, all creatures. This is called Bali Vaishya Devi Yajna or Bhoot Yajna, because they are not able to earn themselves. So it is our duty to give them food. So they should not be wander here and there in the search of food. And so this is called also the Yajna, Bali Vaishya Devi Yajna or Bhoot Yajna. These are 5 yajnas which should be followed by us, and it is necessary for us. So these are called Mahayajna, daily, to be done daily in our routine. Okay.
Right, Bhajan. Dhanyawad, Bhajan.
हाँ जी, धन्यवाद जी.
Before we wind up,
ठीक है.
No, एक minute. Before we wind up, Vindhya ji, you want to ask any doubts or questions to Mata ji before we close the session? Now, you want to ask her anything? Or you want to ask her anything?
No.
तो एक बात साफ जाहिर है माता जी, ये जो बलि वैश्य देवी यज्ञ है, इससे हमें साफ एक बात पता चलता है कि हमारे पूर्वज कभी भी मांस मच्छी नहीं खाते थे, राइट? नहीं तो इसके बारे में नहीं बोलते. It is again the culture.
जब वो तो उनको प्रोटेक्ट करना चाह रहे हैं, उनकी रक्षा करना चाह रहे हैं.
So that is one thing. So indirectly we should, if there is any non-vegetarian in our family or हमारे relations, दोस्त लोग हैं, उनको भी ये बोलना चाहिए कि vegetarian life is more healthy, and this is a way, one of the yajna we can do, knowingly we can do by minimizing eating of animals, right? So ठीक है. तो anybody else want to say anything before we leave? ठीक है, सबको धन्यवाद, और मदे जी को भी धन्यवाद, और अगले फ्राइडे को हम सब मिलेंगे. तब तक के लिए प्लीज टेक केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ. गुड नाइट. धन्यवाद.